A very good morning to dear scholarites. Let's discuss about question number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12 of chapter 17, Light, on page number 38 and 39. So question number 7 is, briefly explain the functions of different parts of human eye with the help of label diagram. In the previous class, we have discussed about the human eye and its parts. So here is a diagram of human eye, and the parts are, first of all, we have discussed about the outer shell, that is a sclera. Sclera is a outermost shell, and it is white and tough skin that helps to maintain the shape and size of eyeball. Okay, after sclera it converges or bulges outside, that is known as cornea, that is filled with a water fluid, that is also known as aqueous humor. After cornea there is a pupil. Pupil is a small hole, okay, where the light enters, and how much amount of light should be entered, that is controlled by the iris. So if the light is very bright, it will contract, and if the light is very dim, it will expand. So iris decide that how much amount of light should be enter the pupil. After that, ciliary muscles are there which hold the lens, and lens is a very crystalline part, and which forms a very sharp and clear image on the wall of retina. Retina is that platform where the image is formed, and it is a wall and very sensitive to light. Retina consists of two type of cells. First is rod cell and second is cone cells. Rod cells helps us to see at the night, and whereas cone cells help us to see at the daytime. Here are the optic nerves. Optic nerves helps to transfer the signals in the form of current towards the brain, and thus the object we see in front of our eyes, we just got to realize that this is a tree, this is any object, because its image is formed on the screen of retina. So this is the human eye and different parts. Revise it carefully from the book. Differentiate between the rod and cone cells of the human eye. So you know well that rod cells are sensitive only in the dim light, and it responds to black and white colors, whereas cone cells are helpful in order to see the objects at the daytime. Okay, what is the difference between a mirror and ordinary surface with respect to reflection of light from them? So here you have to show the difference between the mirror and ordinary surface. Okay, and we have to take the phenomena of reflection here. So a mirror is a polished surface, as you know well. It is very smooth and shiny, where the reflection can take place very smoothly, and here the light does not spread in all the direction, and very distinct and clear images formed. Okay, now if the angle of incidence is made to be double, then what would happen to the angle of reflection? You know well, always the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. If the angle of incidence you will do double, then the angle of reflection will be also get double automatically. A ray strikes the mirror at the angle of 30 degree with the mirror. Find out the angles of incidence. Then the angle will be of 60 degree. The angle of reflection is 60 degree. Okay, here in the question you are given a mirror, okay, where the ray is striking at the angle of 30 degree. Then you have to show what will be the incidence and what will be the reflection. And if the incidence is if the mirror angle is 30 degree, then the incidence angle will be 60 degree, and if the incidence angle is 60 degree, then of course automatically reflection is always equal to incidence, therefore it is also of 60 degree. At the last question 12, it is asked two plane mirrors are placed perpendicular to each other. An incident ray strikes the first mirror or at the angle of 43 degree. Explain the path of the reflected ray from the second mirror with the help of a diagram. So answer is the incident ray strikes the first mirror. First of all, the incident ray will strike over the first mirror at an angle of 43 degree, which is given at your question. So the angle of reflection is 43 degree, and it is converted into reflected ray. After that, it will make the angle of incidence of 47 degree. Thus, the reflected ray from the second mirror makes an angle of reflected degree that will be of 47 degree, because always angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So, I hope you have understood all these questions. Revise it carefully at your home. Thank you. Have a nice day.